I got that good a contract because I didn't really want to make a film.
Well, you better develop that.
And you know, when you don't really want to go out to Hollywood, or at least this was true in the old days, or the golden days of Hollywood, when you honestly didn't want to go, then the deals got better and better. In my case, I didn't want money. I wanted authority. So I asked the impossible, hoping to be left alone. And at the end of a year's negotiations, I got it.
Yes.
Simply because there was no real vocation there. My love for films began only when we started work.
There's only two things that can teach the people about drama. There's the silent teacher and the speaking teacher. And the speaking teacher is the audience. You cannot learn how to write drama without writing plays, putting it on in front of an audience, and getting humiliated.
The biggest reason people are unhappy right now is because they value somebody else's opinion more than they value their own.
You're afraid to see the blank page. You don't know how to start. What's gonna be the first sentence? Is it good? Is it bad? What's gonna be their first impression? Do you remember the opening of the Woody Allen's Manhattan? All that struggle and efforts? So you're not alone.
Chapter 1. He adored New York City. He idolized it all out of proportion. Let me start this over. Chapter 1. He was too romantic about Manhattan. Too corny for a man of my taste. let me try and make it more profound. Chapter 1.
Little Red Riding Hood. Let's start the story a different way. It was dark inside the wolf.
Narratives are about the resolution of problems. That's what a narrative is.
People who had it inverted, characters number one, stories number two. The truth is, there's no difference. Character is story. Story is character. Because the way in which you come to understand a character and feel empathy and involvement is by watching them make choices under pressure to take one action versus the many different actions they could have taken, but they choose a particular action as a tactic, an effort to get what they want at that moment and overall what they want out of life. When they take an action and they get a reaction from their world, we call that an event.
Paul Thomas Anderson says, a screenwriting is like ironing. You move forward a little bit and go back and smooth things out. Ernest Hemingway says the first draft of anything is shit. So now here's the question. How can you write a good piece by shitting on the blank paper? Why? Because you were afraid of the blank page, but after you shit on that, it's no more blank. You gotta tell the story. Why?
Stories are equipment for living. And so story on one level is teaching us what life is, to prepare us, to equip us, so that when the sort of thing that happens to that character happens to me, I have some sense of what that is about.
While you're behind the keyboard, don't think about being Dostoevsky or Orson Welles. They never did themselves. They were only focused on their heroes to make a path, to say a word, or think a thought.
Hemingway said writing is easy. All you gotta do is sit down at the typewriter and bleed.
It's hard for people to realize is that the first thing you write will be the worst thing you will ever write. Because you don't know what the hell you're doing. And so it's, you're struggling and you're trying to make whatever. And, it hopefully is good enough that you will not put a gun to your head, that you'll do project, novel number 2, play number 2, and keep going. But it's going to take 10 failures to learn, to master this craft.